Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are in Dublin city center and right now I am at the frozen section. Why not to have a look at the cost of the frozen food in Ireland in September 2025? Well, in my previous video I have filmed some of these vegetables and you can check out that video in the playlist that I will link at the very end of this one. How much are chips going for? Dunnes Stores own brand $3.29 for crinkle cut oven chips 1.5 kg. And it's also we have gluten-free low-fat chip for $3.29 in 1.5 kg bag. Thin and crispy oven chip 1.5 kg, same amount for €3.09, and this is thin and crispy oven chip. So also, it's thin and crispy chips for $3.29. Can you tell me a little bit of a difference between how do they prepare this product and what's the difference between cook in the oil deep fried chip and simply like bake it in your oven chip? Comment down below if you know the process and what is the difference there. Other than that, we are going to be looking into a few other frozen items. Now, why not to have a look at these ones? Dunnes Stores Simply Better, they're top of the range. Creme de la creme, all butter croissants, $3.99. French all butter, $3.99. Wow, cinnamon buns, had these before. Other than that, some cakes and also some very well-known brands like these ones. So, Sicilian lemon roulade, $5.79. I suppose maybe not very common frozen item, but for those who know, they know, and they will know. It's $5.79 for 400 grams. I haven't tried it in the frozen version. $5.79 as well for chocolate and mixed berry. I suppose there is some pastry at the bottom. Phyllo pastry sheets, $4.50 for 270 grams. I'll just kind of film this if you want to stop the video and take a better look. So, I suppose when we talk of frozen items, to some people, pizza may come to their mind as one of the first items. The most basic one is 125 pizza. 125 for 314 grams, comes in flavors such as pepperoni and margherita. I would be very curious to see the ingredients at the back as well. And this is here for your judgment and for your information. A lot of ingredients, you know. We have a lot of words that we may not even be able to pronounce. Microbial rennet. If anyone knows, okay, well that's just a part of cheese. Okay. Lactic starter culture, which is understandable. Tomato puree and other bits and bobs. So as we started from the lowest price point, we can maybe upgrade and go to the left, and we can see it's very nicely laid out. You can start with 125, you can move on to 249, and you can end up by choosing a pizza for $5.99. So let's do the same thing where we take a look at the pizza ingredients, and we'll do this for the range of the three. So $2.49, what can it buy you? It can buy you a slightly heavier pizza, 424 grams, $3.97, 362 grams, and the flavors. So ham and pineapple thin pizza, loaded cheese deep pizza, double pepperoni thin pizza, and the double or 4 cheese thin pizza. We had a chat about this pepperoni. Why not to have a look at same Dunnes Stores, just a bit more expensive double pepperoni, and also the ingredients. Here we go. Pizza base, rapeseed oil, tomato sauce, maize starch, mini pork pepperoni. If you would like to compare the items and let us know in the comments what do you think or what's your thoughts on those, please do. I have made a lot of videos like that, so if you want to have a look in the playlist, you can really make yourself a cup of tea and really enjoy many videos, and they will keep coming as well. So $5.99 creme de la creme. Maybe let's close it for a second, not to let that warm air inside, I suppose. But we're talking about, again, packaging that comes to mind first. It's that kind of high end, the black color, a bit of gold over here. When we talk about marketing, this is really kind of what we're talking about. This is the higher end. What we can see is there is that more of a professional look about the pizza itself, those charcoal ends, maybe what we call wood fired. And just to give you a quick walk down the memory aisle here, this is where we started. We started at a very basic, plain and simple in terms of packaging, and then we went to upgraded version, which also was essentially a euro and 15 cent or euro 25 cent more expensive. And then we evolved to almost, well, more than double the price from the middle range, and like pretty much 4 times the price from that range here. Well, it's more than 4 times, about close to 5 times the price for this one. Now, without further ado, let's have a look what flavors we have, and also I'll show you what ingredients are there. And you can let me know in the comments what do you think of this 125 to compare to 249 to compare to 5.99, and what would you buy and why. We don't have any specials, no 2 for 5 or no 2 for 3 euros, nothing like that. Yeah, so 5.99 can get you either now goat's cheese pizza flavor that we didn't see in those other 2 varieties, prosciutto fungi pizza. Fungi, fancy name for mushrooms. Again, even the vocabulary is more fancy. Margherita is in the other range as well. It's the classic pizza named after Queen Margherita. And picante pizza. Picante is, again, we have a bit more of a fancier name of the pepperoni pizza. And of course, maybe there is a speciality about picante. You can correct me. I am not much of a familiar in terms of the name and history of it. But as we have a higher end, we also have that more of a certain naming and all that. Because if you're a child who's 2 or 3 years old and you look at the picture, oh, it's pepperoni, because we have some sausage slices, salami slices, and we have some cheese. So on the basic terms, it is that. So if we were to compare the ingredients, Calabrian salami and sausage pizza, and extra flavor as well. So this is how it looks from the outside, and ingredients wise, this is what we have. It's also quite a long list. We have stone baked pizza base, Italian wheat flour, tomato sauce, San Marino Italian peeled tomatoes, extra virgin olive oil. Where in the other one from the memory, that was rapeseed oil, and here we have a extra virgin olive oil, smoked provolone cheese. Again, cheeses have certain names and all that kind of stuff, Anyhow, let's not be in the way too much, but you can see where your ingredients coming from or suggestions, yeah? And these are the ingredients. So let's put it back. And we are coming to the end of the video, but we're not just there yet. So stick around for another few minutes to see something very interesting. So if you had pizza and you already know how much are your chips, what else would you like to know? Maybe you want to know how much is ice cream going for. Well, let me guide you through that. Very basic ice cream, something I would be very, very scared to buy, and I would never suggest you buying this 2-liter tub for €1.89. My equipment is going to be out of battery very soon, but we can still enjoy it while it lasts. Soft scoop ice cream. Just for the reference, these are the ingredients. Palm oil. There you go. Have never tried this. I would not suggest you trying this. I'd say that if that's all what you can afford ice cream wise, maybe better not to purchase it. Maybe it's better to buy some cream, and maybe to try doing it something yourself. A bit of a better range. Well, I don't know. I feel uncomfortable actually calling out these prices because I don't want you to buy these. Large tubs, €3.19 for, hard to know how much it is actually. Maybe 800. maybe 965. It's hard to see. But if you really, if we're going down the aisle of a bit of a better quality, so to speak, you know, Haagen-Dazs, how much are they? 7.55 or 2 for tenner. I'd like to show you the vanilla ice cream. Everything is quiet, frozen up at this moment in time. Vanilla is not out and about, but ingredients wise, you know, that would be of a bit of a higher rank in that sense. So I think that the morale is that, you know, morale is that it's always good to close the freezers, and it wasn't me who left it open. Because whether we buy the food from the shop or not, it's nice to leave it in a good standard for the next people. Always is. To be mindful, to be kind, and look after your health. Of course, the food that we eat has a very big impact on our well-being, on our health, and let's keep that in mind. So look after yourselves and have a good morning, good evening, good day ahead of you. Take care and bye bye.